Hi friends, this is Simran. A very warm welcome to all of you in my channel The Recipe Hut. In this video, let's learn how to make yogurt in an instant pot. I'm going to tell you two different methods to make yogurt. The first one would be making yogurt directly in the instant pot, and the second method is pot and pot. So stay tuned. We'll start with the first method, that is making the yogurt directly in the instant pot. For that I have taken 1 quart or 1 liter of full fat milk, but if you want you can take toned also. And 2 tablespoons of the starter, that is 2 tablespoons of yogurt. As a starter I'm using the yogurt from the previous batch I made, but if you don't have it you can always use the store-bought yogurt. Please make sure that it has live cultures in it. That would be mentioned on the label. The live cultures in the starter will help to incubate our yogurt. And one another thing to keep in mind is that if you're using the store-bought yogurt, it should be unflavored and fresh. We'll start by pouring the milk directly in the inner pot. Close the lid, and I'm keeping the knob on venting. We will start by boiling our milk. For that, turn the yogurt button on. Right now it's showing 24 hours. We need to adjust it and get it to boil. After flickering for a few seconds, once it sets, that means that the milk will now start boiling. Milk is boiled. Carefully open the lid. For me, it took approximately 12 minutes, but the time might slightly vary for you. Now we need to let this milk cool down. For that, I've taken the inner pot out and I'll be leaving it on the counter for some time. It's been a few minutes and the milk is slightly cool now. The method I like to use to check if the milk is at the right temperature to set the yogurt is by dipping a finger in the milk and hold it for a few seconds. If you are able to do it comfortably, that means the milk is at the right temperature. But if you're using a food thermometer, then the temperature of the milk should be between 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 to 46 degrees Celsius. For 4 cups of milk, that is 1 quart or 1 liter, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of yogurt. Please make sure that the yogurt you take is at room temperature. Give it a mix and now transfer the inner pot back in the instant pot. If you add the starter in very hot milk, it's gonna kill the live bacteria in the yogurt, and if the milk is not hot enough, then the yogurt will not set properly. So it is very important that the milk should be at the correct temperature. Now we'll cover it with a lid. If you want, you can use a glass lid or a plate to cover it while the yogurt is setting, so there is no smell that gets transferred from the lid to the yogurt. My lid is nicely washed and it doesn't have any smell, so I'll be using the same. I'm keeping the knob on venting, but while setting the yogurt, it doesn't matter. Turn the yogurt button on. By default, it shows 24 hours, so we need to press the adjust button and then it will show 8 hours. We need to reduce the 8 hours to 4 hours. Once the clock is set, from 4 it will turn to 0 and then the time will proceed. Yogurt will generally set somewhere between 3.5 hours to 4 hours, but the time might slightly vary for you. It's been 4 hours, so let's open the lid and check the yogurt. Our yogurt is set. Now we need to keep it in the fridge for a couple of hours and it'll be nice and thick. But make sure you keep it covered in the fridge because you don't want any smell from the fridge to get transferred in the yogurt. So our yogurt was in the fridge for a couple of hours. You can see how rich and creamy our yogurt has set. I have set plain unflavored yogurt, but in case you want to set sweetened yogurt, then you can add some condensed milk at the time of adding the starter and then let the yogurt set. I personally like to add the sweetener separately because I use my yogurt for many savory dishes also. A quick tip, what I like to do is take out 2 tablespoons of this yogurt in a container and cover it and keep it in the freezer for the next batch of the yogurt I make. Now let's move to the second method, that is pot and pot method. For that I'm adding 1 cup of water. Place the stainless steel trivet that comes with the instant pot. This time place the milk inside an oven-safe container that can be of stainless steel or oven-safe glass or even porcelain. But 2 very important things to keep in mind is that the container you select should not be touching the walls of the inner pot and we should be able to close the lid easily. Close the lid and turn the vent on ceiling. switch on the manual button, and it should be on high pressure, and we need to pressure it for 0 minutes. Once the timer's up, do a quick release. Once the red float valve settles down, then very carefully open the lid. Right now the milk is really hot. Very carefully we'll take it out and let it cool down on the counter for a few minutes. It's been some time our milk has been cooling. Let's have a look at it. If you want, you can remove the layer of the cream that comes on the top, but I like to mix it in the milk itself. Let's check the temperature of the milk. I'm able to dip my finger comfortably, and if I check it with the food thermometer, the temperature is somewhere around 114 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect to set the yogurt at. To 1 quart or 1 liter of milk, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the yogurt. Give it a good mix. And now this is ready to go back in the Instant Pot. Close the lid. I'm keeping the knob on venting, but when you set the yogurt, it doesn't matter. Once again, we'll turn the yogurt button on. Right now it's showing 24 hours. We'll adjust it and make it 4 hours. This time might slightly vary for you. After 4 hours, if your yogurt is not set, you can always cover it back and let it set for some more time. It's been 4 hours. Let's open the lid. Our yogurt that we made using pot and pot method is also set. Now we'll take it out and let it rest in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then it'll be nice and thick. It's been around 5 hours. Our yogurt was in the fridge. Time to check it. You can see how nice and thick this yogurt is also set. A quick tip: if you want to make Greek yogurt, take a deep vessel to collect all the way, keep a big sieve on it, cover it with a cheesecloth and pour the yogurt in it. Cover it and keep it in the refrigerator for a few hours, and after a few hours your Greek yogurt will be ready. Friends, did you see how easy it is to make your own yogurt at home? Plus, homemade yogurt is so much more healthy without any additives, and it comes out to be super economical. This is the yogurt we made with the first method, and you can see that how nice and thick our yogurt is set. This is the yogurt we set with the second method. This also is so nice and thick and creamy. Enjoy this yummy yogurt with some homemade granola, your choice of fruits. I'm adding some plums, pears and blueberries. Add some chia seeds, and a very healthy and yummy breakfast is ready. I'll also be adding the link in the description box of homemade granola. If you want, you can check it out. Do try making yogurt at home, and if you try, do not forget to tell us in the comments how it turned out for you. Thumbs up if you've liked the video, subscribe, and also click on the bell icon so you get an update when I upload a new recipe. Thanks for watching.